joining us today. To kind of kick things off, we want to tell you a little bit about Springfield, about what this area is, and to tell you that is Mike West, an executive producer with Universal Creative Studio.
Hi everybody, good morning. Wow, should be in front of a podium here. Welcome to Moes Tavern. Has anybody been to the Springfield area here yet? Wow, returned. Must be coming back for the Duff, huh? Great. We're delighted you're here to share some of what we have open right now for Springfield, and also get a sneak peek across the street at the new things coming up there as well. The food court was the first thing we opened back on June 1st. It's been a huge success with our guests. The variety of food, which some of the guys come up, we'll talk a little bit about how that was prepared, because as you can see on the table here, it's really, really special, and they've worked incredibly hard to work closely with our partners to develop the real taste of Springfield that we have here. But the food court, as you see when you go in, we've got Lisa's and Frank Dutchman and Luigi's Pizza. Everything you'd ever want to eat and experience in Springfield, you'll find right here at the food court. Krusty Burger next door. So to let you know how that was all put together, I'll be meeting with you when we go across the street in a few minutes. But right now I want to introduce Executive Chef Steve Jayson, and also Rick Florell, who is our Senior Vice President and General Manager of Rev Ops here at Universal Orlando Resort. So, Rick?
All right, well, good morning, everybody. Anybody ever heard about The Simpsons? Well, as close as it may seem to your real life, it is fiction. And there's a lot of fiction, as you can tell from what I have here. This is a book of seasons 1 through 20, and I believe they're into season 25 at this point in time. But what we wanted to do was make it as authentic to the fiction as we possibly could. Because what makes Simpsons so popular is they love the fiction. They love everything about it. They love the crazy words, they love the crazy thoughts, they love the parodies, they love all of those other things. And what we're trying to do is enhance that guest experience, not just to come into a building, but to actually experience it. It looks right, it tastes right, it feels right. So the authenticity of the fiction is extremely important. And one of the ways that we did it is we poured through this book. We collaborated with Fox Studios and Gracie Films about all of the things that we should be thinking about doing. And we were so intent on making it realistic and authentic to the fiction that Chef and I and several others actually took all of the food, all of the beverage, and took it out to California and presented it to Matt Groening, who's the creator, Jim Brooks, executive producer, Al Jean. I think we had 10 of the other writers, and we served all this food, and we talked about where it went, we talked about what it tasted like, and does it fit, is it authentic, would you put it into a show if it isn't already into a show? And basically our thought process is if it ain't in this book, it ain't in this building. So that's how we started. This is a lot of pages, so obviously there's going to be a few things that are not going to be here that are in the book, but what we tried to do is focus on the things that we thought would be the most popular, give everybody the most fun, and just expand on the overall experience. Freshness is pretty darn important for us. I'm going to have Chef talk in a minute or two. But one of the things that should start coming out shortly is a flaming Moe. And we wanted to be able to have it fresh, we wanted to be able to have it in real time, because once we make it, it starts, you'll see what it does when you get here. And then we'll also be bringing out some of the food for you to taste as well. But what I would like to do now is introduce our executive chef, Steve Jayson, who pulled all this stuff together, made all the secret stuff, made all the sauces, helped us with all the production stuff, and afterwards, after we have a chance to show you all that stuff, then we'll take whatever questions you might have. Jeff?
All right, great. How's everybody doing today? Good? Yeah. All right, wonderful. I see some faces in the room I recognize, and that's a good thing. As Rick said, Simpsons has been around for many, many years, and so have I. So I've been here almost 25 years, and had the pleasure to try to create a lot of great things that we've done here at Universal Orlando Resorts over all those years. And this project has been just a great, exciting, fun project. I would really describe it as very fun. It's been a lot of fun. And going out to California and meeting all of the creative geniuses behind The Simpsons and getting to make them food was a real treat for me and a couple of the other chefs that I brought with me. You know, trying to take the words off those books that Rick had in his hand and create something that we thought would be very, very unique for here. because obviously there's a lot of food out in those parks, in all those different locations that we serve food. But here, we wanted to do things that you would only get here. And yes, we do serve some hamburgers at some other locations, but here, we serve a Krusty Burger. And our Krusty Burger is unique for here, along with the French fries that we paired it with. And the fish that we serve here is unique for here. And the chicken and waffle sandwich that we created is served only here. And the cupcakes that we have out are going to be only available here. So we did a lot of things just for here. In addition to that, we did some things that we were real happy, even more excited and happy about, was because Lisa is a vegetarian, we were able to put together a whole grouping of different type of things that were focused on that lighter and healthier and more nutritional type of food for our guests and for everybody that might be looking for that other item. So if you want to have a Krusty Burger, by all means, or even a Clogger Burger, which are 2 6-ounce patties with some bacon and some cheese and some special sauces, which is just really going to clog you up. But on the flip side, we're doing hummus with pita, we're doing a nice caprese salad, a beautiful Caesar salad, fruit plates, fruit cups, some nice natural juices, and a great, so it really gives you a really round, well out, good experience. We do a vegetarian pizza that we make on a nice whole wheat crust, okay? In our frying Dutchman, all the fish there that we serve is fresh, nothing is frozen. We've always been a big advocate of that here, whether it's here or it's anywhere else at Universal Orlando in the parks or City Walk, it's all fresh. We don't use preservatives and extenders. If you have the clam chowder that's at the Frying Dutchman here, that's freshly made in our commissary kitchen, which is about 200 yards away, okay? So a lot of great things that we've done to give the Simpsons menu, the Simpsons restaurants, its own unique, separate identity. And that's what we've got.
I need to interrupt real quick. For those of you that have a flaming Moe, start drinking it now. Don't let it sit. You can drink it as soon as you get it. Half the fun is all the activity that's going on.
You know, the Flaming Moe is, of course, something out of the shows and out of everything. So we wanted to try to create something unique for that. But as you look on the table here, we have just a sampling of some of the dishes. There's some more dishes going on back there, but we've got some up on the bar, and you're welcome to help yourself and try a little something. We've got some of the hummus here, the caprese salad. We've got some other unique drinks, Duff Cola, right? And then some other unique drinks you might want to sample. Some of the pizza. We just have the cheese pizza here because we thought we were going to have some young people, but we'll see if we can get some of those veggie pizzas I was telling you about out here also. And our fried chicken, and our fried chicken here is fresh made, fresh chicken, fresh breaded back there with some very unique ingredients. So it's not just like a breaded fried chicken that you might get somewhere else. It's got some unique ingredients in the coating. The fresh corn is fresh whenever from Zellwood. When we can get it from Zellwood, we'll get it right from over there, otherwise somewhere in America. And one of the things I think that we came up with really cool here is the chicken and waffle sandwich that we serve at Cletus's. It's 2 waffles, and you may recognize them. They look a lot like Eggo waffles, okay? Okay, but, okay, these waffles, fresh made, sandwiched in between a beautiful piece of chicken, nice and fresh, fried right back there. And really neat sandwich, a really cool sauce on it, you know, so give it a taste. And then, of course, the Krusty Burgers, all right? And we got plenty of food, so come up there, give something a try. If we don't have it, we'll get some more out to you, okay? So what kind of questions could I answer for you about food? Yes?
So the Flaming Moe,
I know this is, I've had a lot of Simpson fans ask this question, but why was it not purple?
Why was it not purple? I might want to turn that over to...
I didn't hear it. What was the question?
Why is the rainbow not purple?
Well, because we wanted it to look like it was burning from the bottom up, so it's a little bit more like the flame to tie into that. So, you know, it's a mixture, it's a concoction of smoldering, just really great stuff. And that's all you need to know.
When you guys presented the foods to the creators, what one thing were they just reacting to the best?
Oh, that's a good question.
If I can, because I thought about this as well, there wasn't one thing. They were so excited about how much fun we had with the food, the different breading that chef puts on the chicken, the special sauce that we have, the different way we do the cheese. They, in between giggles, they actually ate the food. They got up, they walked around. We served more. We served multiple servings to them. Usually they just take a bite. They had so much fun. And one of the things that came back, we got to make sure that we name it right. It was how much fun we had as food guys with the food, tied into how much fun they had creating all this fiction. And if any one thing that we left with was this unbelievable collaboration I'm talking about, it was a gas. It really was. We had so much fun doing it, and that's what they kept pointing to. You got the fiction, you nailed it, we're doing this together, we're very, very happy.
Did they enjoy something most out of all the dishes?
Well, there was a lot of them in there. I think we had 12 individuals from both of the studios as well as ourselves. To be honest with you, it was pretty much across the board. They liked all of those issues. They loved the Krusty Burger. They were intrigued with the clogger, especially the writer that came up with it for the particular series. And boy, he stood there and said, "That's exactly what I had in mind when I put it into the show." And that's kind of the thing it was. It was really one of the first time where it wasn't, here's the top, here's the next, here's the next. It was across the board. And then when we got into the beverages, we talked about it. You know, we grew at our particular recipe, Duff beer, which, by the way, nobody's asked me about yet. So I will tell you about Duff beer. It is a handmade craft beer. The only kind of beer that you will be able to get in Moes is going to be what, guys? Oh, you are really quiet. It's going to be Duff beer. It's been very, very well received here. Very, very well received when we made the presentation. But just again, it's in that book. It's in a lot of the different series. It is an icon of the fiction itself.
What was the most? Sorry.
Okay.
What was the most difficult food to recreate, or most challenging?
That one I'd have to get Chef. I just served it. He makes it. Oh, he escaped. Oh yeah, there he is. They asked what was the most difficult item to recreate.
To produce. I don't know if I could put my finger on one that was, I mean, you know, the Krusty Burger is kind of, I mean, you look at Homer Simpson, and he's kind of stupid and sloppy, you know? So it was like, well, what's a Krusty Burger? You know, because, you know, it needs to be, obviously, whenever you create these names for foods and everything, at the end of the day, it still has to be wholesome, good, and something you're going to eat, all right? So it had to be all of that, wholesome and healthy and good as a hamburger can be. And I guess you could say creating some of them, like the Krusty Burger, maybe the coating for the chicken, because we wanted them to be unique, okay? The chicken and waffle sandwich, we kind of fell in love with it because it was unique. I mean, a lot of people thought chicken and waffle, but we made it into a sandwich, and I thought that was really cool. The Krusty Burger had to have a couple of things about it, like a couple of unique sauces that are on it, and it had to be a little sloppy and silly like Homer. You know, so maybe when you eat it, it starts to kind of run onto your hand a little bit. But that's what we thought could be the tie-in, where it gets a little sloppy and silly like Homer. But still, you're eating a really good, you know, fresh hamburger, cooked to order. If you go into the location, everything happens right out front. All the cooking is right out front. It's not being handed to a little hole in the wall and you wonder what's going on back there. No, it's nothing like that. So those were the challenges, to create the uniqueness, some neat flavors, and go back to what The Simpsons was all about and try to tie that in. So a little bit of that sloppy and silliness to the crusty burger and those type of things. You know, those are the things we do.
If you have additional questions, you can come see us in